Hello, Mr. Smith. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. So before we start our session, I want to first talk about the limits of confidentiality, which is one of the forms you signed earlier today. So there are 3 different situations, basically, that I'd have to break confidentiality if it occurred, okay?
Okay.
So these are if there's an imminent threat to either yourself or to others' lives, or if it is appointed by the court for me to release your documents. Okay, so what do you want to talk about today?
Trust issues.
Trust issues. Okay, so what do you mean exactly by trust issues?
Well, I found myself having trouble trusting people, so I'm trying to. Well, I just noticed it affecting other areas of my life.
Okay, all right. So people really have an effect on you when it comes to trust, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me more about this.
Well, so I don't know if it's difficulty, but basically I want to trust people, in certain relationships, you know what I'm saying, like, parental, social, you know what I'm saying, platonic, romantic, all of them, you know what I'm saying, but it's more so like I distrust people so much. It's just like I can't even bring myself to want to trust somebody, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So do you think it affects you more so in the intimate relationships, or just pretty even across all types of relationships?
Pretty. I mean, I feel like it affects me in all relationships, but I mean, it's gonna affect me more. I can see it more in like my parental and my romantic relationships. If that makes sense.
Okay. So tell me more about like your background history. Like, is there any like special events that you think could possibly attribute to your trust issues?
Well, I guess my dad. I mean, that's all. It don't really bother me that much, but like, when I did, used to want, when I was a little kid, want to have a dad and stuff. He told me he was on his way more times than he actually showed up. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what you're saying is kind of like you couldn't trust your dad when you were younger. So do you kind of think about that situation when you're in other situations of trust?
Yeah.
You kind of compare it to those things at times, do you?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think it's so much with parental or romantic relationships because those have to do with commitment, and I don't really trust people when they say they got commitment to me.
Okay. All right. Well, do you think that maybe lack of communication is a problem for you when it comes to your distrust in people? Like, do you have a problem letting them know how you feel?
I guess you could say that because I don't really, be talking to them about it. You feel me? Because I mean, if I don't trust somebody, I'm not gonna take time to talk to them about it. So I mean, yeah, I guess you could say I could work on my, communication could be a problem.
So do you feel like maybe you shut people out, like your family members, people that are close to you?
I can. I do make a habit of doing that sometimes, like unintentionally. That's like, I don't know, sometimes I can't bring myself to talk to them and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Do you ever feel bad because of it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel guilty eventually. Like during the time, probably not feeling that bad, but then, yeah, as it goes on, I feel bad, but it's like I still can't. I'm just continue to shut you out. Like that's just my defense mechanism.
Do you feel like maybe your distrusting kind of hinders your ability to make new relationships?
Yeah, definitely feel like that.
How so?
I mean, I shut people off before I even get that connection with them. I was like, I cut out the opportunity and trying to chill with somebody, get to know somebody, because I don't trust them, because I don't know them. I never get to know them because I don't trust them. So it's like, yeah.
Okay, so you think maybe you trust people less when you don't know them, or when you do know them?
When I don't know them. When
you don't know them, so you kind of don't give them the chance to get to know you, or you to get to know them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you typically react to a situation if you don't feel like you can trust someone?
Well, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to tell them that, it bothers me, nothing like that. So, I mean, that's my reaction. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to tell them nothing.
Okay. So how does it make you feel when you feel like you can't really trust someone?
I get resentment towards them. Closed off. That's about it.
Okay. Okay, so basically, counseling, we really want to identify your major concerns so that we can help you get through whatever issues that you have. So is there anything else, anything specific you'd like to touch on or maybe focus on, anything relevant that you want to add?
I gotta think of it.
Okay. All right, well, so far I've gotten that you have problems trusting other people. Especially when it comes to relationships that are romantic or like your parents and things like that. I also have that communication may be a problem when it comes to dealing with your sense of distrust in others. Okay, so let's set some goals for you, okay? All right, what would you like to accomplish from this session and maybe even future sessions? What's your major goal?
I guess becoming more trusting.
Becoming more trusting. Can you elaborate more on that?
Wanting to be open to people, like not always having reverting back to shutting people off, and stuff like that. Want to be able to trust somebody, and not build up resentment towards somebody.
Okay. Do you think maybe you want to focus on being able to communicate with people at first? Do you think that's a good first step?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Okay, so let's do this. All right, so you'll meet back up with me in, let's say, about a week, make an appointment with the secretary or whatever, and in a week you'll come see me. Throughout that week, anytime you get a sense of distrust in someone or you feel like you can't trust them, take a second, think about the situation, how it makes you feel, and try to communicate with that person. Do your best to communicate.
Okay.
How does that sound?
That sounds doable.
Okay, you can even maybe get a journal or something and write down how you felt during the situation, after the situation, and what you did to communicate with them.
All right.
Okay, and sounds good?
That sounds good.
Okay, so I'll see you in about a week.
All right.
And we can talk about this further.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.